All right, everyone, happy Thursday. This is today's little project, just a little kind of side project I'm doing for my neighbor right here. He rents this building from my family, and he does golf carts. So if you guys are in the area and need a golf cart, it is York Custom Golf Carts. There's his number. And anyway, he just had this slab poured right here, and they did a really good job with it. And we are going to be putting in some stone right here to extend out this gravel all the way about to where this little grass line is right here. It's about 30 feet. And then basically from that corner to basically where the edge of this container is. And then he wants me to kind of take the machine, push the container over, squared up to this slab. We're gonna put a little stone in here, and then there's a little back area back there. I'll show you guys. We're gonna put a little stone. Kelly was nice enough to bring me a roll of fabric, so we're gonna put fabric down too up there in the front, and then I'm gonna put some down right here, and we're gonna cover this little area with stone. And then we're gonna just I'm not gonna put fabric right here, but we're just gonna lay out a little bit of stone right here along this edge. And that's that. So I went and picked up some stone first thing this morning. I don't have the skid steer. The skid steer is in the shop. They were able to find a final drive for it. So hopefully that comes in today and then get that thing in, because I've got bush hogging work to do. But I do have the mini in the back, and I've got the grading bucket. So we're gonna swap out the mulcher for the grading bucket and just kind of grade this out a little bit right here. I may it's not too bad. I just need to kind of flatten some of this out a little bit right here. There's a little bit of a hump. I'm actually going to take that hump right here and push it back this way and kind of fill in some of these low spots up next against the slab there. And then so this will all just kind of run off nicely down through here. So I just got to fix that a little bit. Shouldn't mean much to it. The grading bucket will take care of that, no problem. I may even actually just take the blade and maybe push some of it up that way and then do the fine tuning with the bucket. And then we'll lay down some fabric, staple that down, and I'll tailgate some stone on top of this, and then we'll kind of do some raking and fine tuning with the rake and maybe the machine if we need it. And that'll be that. So nice little Thursday project before I go out of town for the weekend. And so we'll knock this out and get him to move the trucks, and we'll get this going. So got all of this cleaned up right here. Got that little hump scraped out, no big deal there. Just kind of just feathered it out. I tried to bring some of it up next to this pad and fill in some of that low spot there where they excavated out for this slab. And then just to make sure I didn't have too much compaction loss with the stone that's going down, I just took the tamp really quick and just kind of eased along that edge there and tamped all that down really good, make sure it's solid. And I didn't really want to bring the machine up that close. They just poured this slab like less than a week ago, so it's very fresh. So I just tamped all that down, and then I just kind of took the tracks through here, smoothed all that out really good. And now we're going to lay down some fabric, staple that down really good, and we'll start laying out some stone. They kind of put a lot of stone in the dump truck, a little bit more than what I kind of asked for, which is fine. I'm going to need 2 loads anyway. But what I might do is actually do that small area in the back and just dig a couple scoops out of the back of the dump truck and with the machine, and fill that area back in there with the bucket, because it's not quite big enough for me to get the dump truck in there anyway. So, and then I can kind of just use the bucket to put the stone right up against the slab, and then that should take enough out to where I can just tailgate right over this pretty easily, and then just kind of rake out, you know, some of the imperfections and whatnot if there are any, and take the machine over it if we have to, and that should work out pretty well. So let's get the fabric out and the staples, and we'll lay this down really quick. All right, we are looking good. Got my fabric laid down right here in this little spot, and just got my just got my fabric laid down right here, and we are going to, the first thing I'm going to do is pull the machine around, and we're going to scoop out some of the stone to fill in this back part, and then I'll start tailgating what I got left on the front right there, and then we'll go get some more stone. And I may tailgate this, may not. I haven't quite decided yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do that with the bucket or not, but I gotta pick that up and throw it in the dumpster too. All right, well, let's see what we can do. All right, well, that's a wrap on that for now. Got all this laid down and installed. There is a little bit of a high spot on this side over here where we kind of double, I guess I could say I kind of double tailgated it right there. But the easiest thing for me to do with that for now, because it's not gonna hurt anything to leave it, is when I get the skid steer back next week. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. They did find a final drive for that, so it's over at the John Deere Flint dealership getting a new final drive. I might actually be putting it in today, maybe tomorrow if it came in. I got a call, but when I get that back, I got the grading bucket for the skid steer right back there in the back, and I'll come through here, just kind of peel that off a little bit, finish it out, and then maybe just put it right here where it's a little low. But other than that, it looks good. Customer's happy. Got all this over here filled in right there along this container. Got all that filled in. And then I had about a ton, maybe a ton and a half left, and we just decided to tailgate it right here next to where I installed this part, just to feather it out, and then kind of filled that in and just kind of rounded off that corner there, and that's that. So not much to it. If I'd have had the skid steer, I definitely would have used the skid steer. It would have been a lot easier for, well, that was fine with the Mini. That actually turned out well, but for the front, the skid steer would have been perfect. But with this gravel, I can get by with the Mini. Now, if this had been screenings or anything like real fine, I would not have done this with the Mini. I wouldn't even have attempted it. But this stone, it's kind of loose at first, and it's very forgiving. It almost like levels itself almost. Not completely, but it's very easy to work with. There's a little hell on the tracks, but it's not too bad. You just kind of run it over and it almost kind of levels itself. But it does need a little finishing with the skid steer, but that's like a 5-minute ordeal. But for now, everybody's happy. We're good. I'll get that finished up when I get the skid steer back. So that's that little project, kind of outside my norm. Every time I do one of these gravel projects, first thing that comes to mind, I'm like, where's Brandon with Elite Earthworks? This is his deal. This is what he does. I don't do much gravel install work, but every time I do one, I'm like, damn, I need Brandon around. Oh, where is that guy? But yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm also going to the YouTube meet and greet next week, so stay tuned for that. That should be a great time. Should be meeting Brandon and all those other guys there, so that's going to be a fun time. So I'm sure you guys will see some stuff for that. But for now, this job is done, and I am out of here. So I will catch you guys later. I'm out. Bye, everybody.